this week's show, we delve back into the world of Nintendo Game & Watch. A vital part of Nintendo's gaming history, I picked 10 games and play them all for you. There's plenty of surprises along the way, including the rarest Game & Watch of all. Yes, hello, it is me, it is Jace at Retrogames. Hello, how are you? Happy winter. The winter has really set in this week. I don't know if that's just me, but you know, breaking the car out with a hammer and chisel from an ice block. I mean, I'm sure that some of our overseas viewers will think, "Come off it, your weather's easy." I've been to America in this winter, and yes, it's a lot more harsh over there. But we're not used to it. We paint this picture at Christmas time of having all snow and stuff. We don't have that. We are just mild. We're generally mild. So one little bit of sleet and you don't get any post. It's just how it is. Now, hello, how are you? Happy Friday. What is this? What is going on? Why is this a special edition? Well, it's a special edition because of one of my favourite subjects. And you're thinking, oh, it's not them again. Yes, Nintendo Game & Watch.
Oh, I'll have some of that.
Yes, after many years of haggling over the price, my old mate Cornish Davey sold me his Game & Watch collection. And I thought, well, let's just stick it on the show. Let's have a show dedicated to one of my favourite things, Nintendo Game & Watch. But before we get stuck into that, there's been a bit of Game & Watch news, and I'm desperate to show it on the show. So here goes. Now, I'm pretty sure you already know about Nintendo's Game & Watch series, an exciting range of 60 original LCD games released in the 11 years between 1980 and 1991.
Game Watch, Game Watch, Game Watch, Game Watch. It's a demo Game Watch, oh demo Game Watch, dale demo Game Watch, Game Watch.
Classic pocket games like Ball and Fire sold in the hundreds of thousands, while later double-screen games like Donkey Kong and Mario Brothers became hot Christmas toys, selling in their millions to eager children across the globe. What you may not know, however, is there's always been one game missing.
Oh, pull the other one.
So let's wind the clock back to 1989 and the release of the original Game Boy. Penned by the same legendary designer of the Game & Watch series, Gunpei Yokoi, the console matched cheap LCD technology with popular versions of NES games like Mario Brothers, Golf and Tennis. The most important title, though, was the evergreen puzzler Tetris, its inclusion with the console turning the Game Boy into a truly mass-market product. What the Game Boy development team didn't realise, though, was that the desire to include Tetris with their console was going to prevent the release of their latest Game & Watch, Tetris Junior. For over 30 years, nobody even knew for sure that a prototype existed, Nintendo consistently batting away questions about the lost game, never confirming its existence, forever leaving collectors wondering. Until now.
What the hell are you talking about?
This is Tetris Junior. Yes, the rarest Game & Watch in the world. Not in some research lab deep in the bowels of Nintendo's Japanese HQ, but in the hands of a regular Japanese collector. And strangely, this collector will not divulge how he got hold of it. The plot thickens. Now, I wouldn't blame you for thinking something is off here. Some enthusiastic electronics nerd must have knocked this out in his shed. Indeed, the casing is not unique. It matches the double-screen game Safe Buster. The owner happily takes it apart to reveal the elusive TR66 serial number, which I would agree could easily be faked. But just look at the game. It is Tetris, sure, but with a uniquely Game & Watch twist. It is circus themed, featuring animated clowns, and while the pieces slide down the top screen funnel as expected, when they get to the bottom you have to move the entire stack to slot them in. It's so totally and utterly Nintendo, this can be nothing else but the real deal. Okay, so what is it worth? Well, collectors are throwing numbers around like $100,000. But to the right collector, as such a unique item with all its associated history, it's probably worth much more. If anyone was to buy it, I hope it would be Nintendo themselves. To me, it's far more exciting than any of those odd exhibits in their new Kyoto museum. I guess with the Game Boy costing around $90 when released and Game & Watch double screen games costing just $20, you could argue they should have just released both. Instead, they invested heavily in further Game Boy development, in the same way you may wonder what glorious 3DS games we may have seen if the Nintendo Switch hadn't come out. The Game Boy marked an end to development of new Game & Watch games. As a tribute to the longevity and success of the series, the final game, 1991's Mario the Juggler, is a clever reinvention of the first Game & Watch, Ball, creating a rather fitting gameplay loop and a happy ending to the legendary series. Now we're going to start today with Judge. Now this is a strange game because it came in two colours. It's the only Nintendo Game & Watch that came in green and purple. It's an original silver range. As you can see, this one is boxed. Let's show you it close up. Look at that. A boxed Game & Watch. Was this original 1980 first batch, isn't it? Let's open it up and show you the game inside. There we go. Yeah, these silver screen games are so cute. And there we have the manual. We have got the manual. Beautiful original manual, and there it's a fantastic example of the game. You see there's a little tiny patch. You're getting this a lot now with LCD games. Little patches of discoloration or LCD bleed or anything. This game plays great. I have played it. I'm going to play it for you again in a minute. But apart from that, what beautiful condition game. Do you want to see me play it? Come on then.
So Judge is a bit like the classic game Rock, Paper, Scissors. When the timer gets to 0, press an action button and try to outwit your opponent. Not particularly Nintendo family friendly, smashing each other in the head with sledgehammers.
Now this is a Gold Series game. Released after the Silver Series. This is Lion. We have covered Lion before on the show, but that was unboxed and we're excited about the boxes because this is original Nintendo product in its original boxes there in 1981. I mean, just think how old these things are now. 1981, and this is proper early Nintendo stuff. Let's open it up and show you what it looks like. Be careful with the box, Jace. I'm trying. There it is. Again, beautiful condition. Look at the shininess. No manual on this one, but we have got the poly tray. But that is a fabulous example of such a brilliant old game. I know. And look at that. It's barely been played, but let's see if I can play it.
So this time I am trying to keep these lions in a cage. It's pretty horrible, isn't it? Not many people cared about animal welfare in the early 1980s. It's quite a simple game. You control the two keepers, move up and down, and try and keep the lions in the cage. I guess they're holding some sort of electric prong. I do feel sorry for these lions, but they are sneaky. They can change direction and try and catch you out. I'm actually doing pretty well. Come on, keep them in. Yes, oh, you're easy in the middle. One the bottom. Oh, yeah, just got him in. Oh, he's escaped.
Now another game in the Gold Series, and it's a saucy one. This is my favourite, Helmet. It's a strange choice for a game. Helmet. Every teenage boy thinks of something particular when the word helmet is spoken. What can I say? You know what I'm on about. Let's show you again. Lovely in the box. 1981. What was you doing in 1981? I was only 10. I was only 10 then. I actually didn't get a Nintendo Game & Watch when I was a kid, which is a bit sad. Played lots of people's Donkey Kong, but I didn't have one myself. We always had the cheaper, you know, Mum, please can I have a lovely LCD game for my birthday or Christmas? No, you're going to get the cheap one. There's like the Tandy one, or, you know. But, you know, we always coveted the Game & Watches. I don't remember seeing Gold Series. I mean, this might be just in the UK. I don't remember any of my friends having any Gold Series, Silver Series games. So they were particularly hard to find. I don't remember seeing these in the toy shops. I do remember seeing the double screen games though. I just think that these early ones maybe didn't make it to the UK in big numbers. And as I slide this open, I should point out this is a Japanese version. This is the Japanese model. And you can see there's a little bit of LCD smudge. The game plays fine. This is just to do with aging. There's loads of remedies for fixing this, but I don't want to open up a Game & Watch games. To me, they're too precious. I'd only lose the bits. The buttons will all fall out. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I don't care what you say. And we've got the manual there. Beautiful condition. Manual. And there it is again. I'll just show you the back. Again, just beautiful, just like the Lion, in fabulous condition. And they are so easy to throw in your pocket and get scratched up against your keys. Now let's have a little look at me playing this one.
Now this is a game called Helmet, but you don't seem to have one. If you had a helmet, you wouldn't have to dodge all these strange things falling from the sky. Yes, hammers, screwdrivers, pliers, spanners. Where are they coming from? Is there an aeroplane above us just throwing tools out of the windows?
There's only one tool here that I would like to throw out of a window.
Widescreen now. Now, widescreen games are more familiar. Obviously, they released Mario games on the widescreen format. If it is a format, I think it is a format. Again, in the box. And this is a rare one. This is Chef. You do not see Chef, let alone in the box. Beautiful condition box. A bit later this is still from 1981. It does amaze me how much stuff Nintendo put out in such a short period of time. So we're looking at the Silver Series in 1980, moving into 1981 with the Gold Series, and still 1981 with the Widescreen Series. Wow, they were busy boys. And I'm going to pull it out. There it is. Beautiful. Again, so beautiful. I love the gold when it's all shiny like that. You see these scratched up so often. You know, people carve their initials in with their school compass. I wish all those people a sorry ending. Let's just get it out. Have we got the manual? Yes, we've not only got the manual. We have got the warning sheet. Warning, warning, you may get epilepsy by playing this game. A beautiful manual, fantastic condition. And there's the game, and you can see there's again that little dullness behind the screen, but it plays fine. I'm going to show you any minute. But yeah, it's fantastic condition physically, otherwise.
I know what you're thinking, but sadly that is not Lenny Henry. This is not based on the BBC series of the same name. What it actually is another juggling game. It seems Nintendo were obsessed with juggling things about. Why does that cat keep holding out a sausage? I don't like it when a cat holds out its sausage. Though I do love sausages, so you know, it's strange. But I'm pretty good at this, aren't I? I'm pretty good. I'm keeping all the sausages in the air.
Fast forward to 1983 and double screen, and this is the game that a lot of you will be familiar with, the original Mario Brothers. Some people say Mario Bros. Makes you think of a suit hire company, so I don't say that. I always say Mario Brothers. It is a twin screen game where you have to split your brain in two. A lot of Game Watches were like that. You're moving packages up and down the conveyor belts, trying to get them into the lorry. It's a classic game. As much as you think I've grown out of these games, I have grown out of Game & Watch. This is not for me, Jace. This stuff is boring. You play this for 2 or 3 minutes and you are hooked. Still, you think, well, I can get it. I can do this. I can do this. I've finished Elden Ring. I can do this. There it is in the box. Beautiful. It's not beautiful actually. It's a bit scruffy. It's a little bit scruffy, the box. But the game's a lot better than that. Let me get it out for you. There we go, and you can see the quality of this fascia. Now you may remember a couple of years ago, people on the channel got very cross with me because I pulled the plastic film off the front of a Zelda Game & Watch. A lot of people watched that. It was nice. Well, this has got the plastic film. You can pull the plastic film off of this and it will be brand new again, and that's amazing. I do love it. So it's as good as new. And there inside we've got the manual and we've got the warning sheet. There's the manual and there's 2 caution sheets. I cannot tell you how much I want to dig my fingernail in and just pull it back because it's going to look so beautiful under there, untouched by human hand forever. Fabulous condition like all the rest of these games. Let me just open it up. Very clean inside. So let's see how it plays.
There were actually only 3 side-by-side double screen Game & Watches like this. This original Mario Brothers, Lifeboat and Rain Shower. I'm not sure why, because I think this clasp design side by side, it kind of looks better than the traditional up and down double screens. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the game, you are moving parcels up and down the conveyor belts, and it does seem a bit tedious. I'll give you that. It does seem a bit slow. I've gone game A. It's very slow paced. Let's speed it up so you get the full gist. Despite how it seems, this game is very addictive, I promise you.
And we're still in 1983 with another double screen game. This time it is Pinball, a game we can all relate to. Use the flippers, bounce the ball. It's a double screen game though, so the ball jumps between the two screens. I mean, I always like to think of these as the precursor to the Nintendo 3DS. They are similar, aren't they? They open in that claspy way. No touch sensitive screens, obviously. Now, I am a pinball fan. I do have a couple of real machines. I don't think you're going to capture that magic on this game, to be fair. I think it's actually really hard to encapsulate the joy of pinball and that physical connection to the flippers and the ball on an electronic game or on a video game. Yeah, I know, Pinball Illusions, shush, 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 shush. There's good pinball games out there, but they are nothing like playing the real thing. Anyway, let's have a closer look at this. There it is in its poly tray. You can see, look at the light catching that. That is stunning. Stunning condition. And what's underneath? We've got lots of paperwork with this one. And we've got a caution sheet. Step away from the game. Warning, do not take this game apart. I don't intend to. Beautiful manual there. And here's the game close up. Look at it. It is stunning. Yeah, it's hardly been touched. Let's pop it open. There we go. Beautiful condition. Sometimes you get on pinball particularly, you do see these whites have faded, but not in this one. It is immaculate. Absolutely immaculate. Now I wonder what it's like to play then.
It's got a tune. Yes, it's got a tune. If only that soundtrack can live up to the action. Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it? It's very responsive. The problem with pinball games on LCD is there's limited spaces for the ball to go. So it never feels like it flows. It never feels like the ball properly moves around the screen. But this is a pretty good attempt. It is actually a lot of fun to play for points. All pinball is.
Let's move on to 1985 now, and it's another double screen game, and it is Blackjack. Now, the thing about Blackjack is it didn't really fit in with all the other Game & Watches. These were games aimed at kids. They were aimed at like funs, pocket time, school games. Blackjack, a bit more serious, aimed at an adult audience, and as such is probably the least selling of all the double screen games. Now, this example of that super rare game is brand new. Yes, it is brand new. This is unused until I've got it out. But you can see, look at the box. That is stunning. Absolutely new. Let me get it out and show you closer. There it is. Untouched by human hand. It does have a plastic film on. I mean, even if this wasn't new enough for you, you could pull the plastic as well, just so that nobody's ever touched it. Let's have a look at the paperwork. So we've got the caution sheets there. We've got the one, don't take it apart. We've got the step away, it might give you an electric shock. And then we've got something extra. We've got the battery stickers. Now these stickers were to prevent kids from eating the battery cover. Yeah, perfect. And there's the absolutely mint manual. And what can I say about the game itself? It is new. It's new. It's a brand new Game & Watch. Let me just pop it open. Oh, look at that. And I know what you're thinking. I still want to see it going. Come on, play it, Jace. All right then.
Now, I don't know about you, but I tend to call this game Pontoon, not Blackjack. I think in the UK it's generally known as Pontoon or 21. I have a 3 and a 7. I'm going to twist. I've got 3, 7. I've got 9. What shall I twist again? Change my bet up a little bit. Hang on. I've won. He bust. The banker bust and I won. Hang on. I'm playing a card game. I think there's someone else who gets involved when we play card games. My name's Shaw and I love bridge. My name's Shaw and I love bridge. My name's Shaw and I love bridge. My name's Shaw and I love bridge.
What will you show us?
1987 and another double screen game. This time it is Bomb Sweeper, and this is a game that's actually a lot of fun to play. Let me just show you the box. You see this pocket size, there's sort of several different brands and different box designs for Game & Watches. Pocket size is another brand. It's slightly rarer to have that pocket size on the logo on some games. Let me show you the back of the box. Oh, upside down. There you go. Look at these characters. So Nintendo, aren't they? They could be off the front of an NES game. Yeah, fabulous. Condition. And there's the game itself. Just slight. There is more. Not tarnishing. I mean, it's not damaged anyway, but there is signs of use on that front fascia panel. It's an unusual manual in this one. It's because it's a pocket-sized game. And it's got a European manual, and this is huge. It's huge. It's very different to your normal Game & Watch manuals, but it is the actual manual. There's a picture of the game, Bomb Sweeper. Huge fold-out manual, and there's the game itself. Fabulous condition. Open it up. There you go. I'm going to enjoy playing this one.
Now there's a couple of interesting things about this game. Firstly, it has an animated intro at the top of the screen. A lot of games just jump straight into the action. And apart from a little bit of comedy graphics, the top screen isn't really needed. All the action takes place at the bottom. If you are aware of the early Famicom game Sokoban, then you'll know what this game is. It's a simple maze game. Push the walls out of the way and try and retrieve the bomb. As you progress, the mazes get significantly harder. You can't push a wall into another wall, so finding the solution gets trickier and trickier.
What is this? Yes, it is a tabletop. The first time I have put a Nintendo Game & Watch tabletop on the show. Yes. And isn't it big? It's a big, chunky box. It is Donkey Kong Jr. Now, if you're unfamiliar, Donkey Kong Jr. actually also came out as a panorama screen game. It's exactly the same game, but this version is backlit rather than using the reflected screen in the handheld version. Okay, let's just show you the rest of this box. Pretty, isn't it? It's pretty on the sides. It's a little bit worn. I mean, these things are old, aren't they? And looking inside the box, we have the manual. It's got a corner cut, which is unusual. Sometimes they did that if they gave things away promotionally. It could have been to a toy salesman going around shops, and they just make it a promo by cutting the corner. Something that companies do, but you know, otherwise it's a nice manual. But here's the game itself, and what a beautiful thing it is. It's a very 80s design, that kind of white and brown. They loved brown back then. Nintendo loved the brown. Battery cover is inbuilt, you can't lose those. There's the controls, there's the screen. I know you want to see this running. Let's see how I get on playing Donkey Kong Jr. tabletop.
Yes, all you classical music fans, that is Bach's Toccata and Fugue. And I have to issue an apology, I am terrible at this game. Here I go then, a bit wobbly too, I'm just too tricky to hold. I've got to grab that umbrella and then grab the balloon straight away. I didn't grab the balloon, I'm in the water. Okay, let's try one more time. Yeah, get round here, get up here, gotta dodge the bird. There's the, oh, and I didn't dodge the bird, I'm rubbish.
And here it is, it's the last game, and we're going right back to 1980 when the original Ball, the first Game & Watch, came out. It came along with a stable mate or two, and one of those was Flagman. And this is incredibly rare to find in the box. Flagman sold in tiny numbers compared to Ball, but this is a boxed example. Again, it is Japanese, 1980, but look at this thing. Isn't it stunning? Stunning. Such a beautiful thing. Just give you all angles of the box there. I know you want to see this. Wow. I know. It's actually a lot better than the one I've got in my own collection, but I'm not swapping it. This is going into stock, so ooh, I know, crazy, eh? Crazy. Let's pull this out for you. There we have it. It is in phenomenal condition. That is in the original poly bag. It's got the original batteries. I know. And there is the original manual. Beautiful. Look at the manual. I mean, look at the condition. This is so old and so rare. If you're a Game & Watch collector, you will know how rare Flagman is, let alone in the box. let's have a closer look at the game. And oh my goodness, look at that. Isn't it? It's no tarnishing, no rubbing, no wear. Isn't that amazing? There is, again, a little tiny bit of LCD discoloration at the back. It's just time does that, no fault of the game itself. And it doesn't affect play. I have enjoyed testing this, and I'm going to show you me playing it in a moment. But what a thing of beauty!
So probably the reason why this Game & Watch sold in such tiny numbers is because the premise of the game isn't particularly exciting. If you are familiar with MB's classic Simon, you'll know exactly what this game is. Study and then repeat the increasingly long sequence of buttons and tones until your memory can't take any more. Am I doing pretty well? I think maybe I am doing pretty well. Maybe let's turn down the music and let's just get into this. The pressure is building. Yes, I believe this proves I am dementia free. Wake up, this is exciting. Oh no, he's made a mistake. He has made a mistake. It's okay though, there are more lives to play with. Now the pressure is on. Can I recover? Yes, bring it on. I have to keep going because I want to see that other arm go up and just make sure the button works properly. There it is! Can I do it? Yeah, I think I can. Come on, let's do it! Yeah!
And that brings us to the end of another amazing What's on the Table show. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you haven't been bored because it was all Game & Watches. Until next time, happy retro gaming, retro gamers!
Retrogames says thank you for watching. Retrogames says thank you for watching.